Comment ça va, everybody? I'm Zach Dubois with Cajun Lures, and you're watching Lagniappe TV. I'm here with Mr. Lucas Ragusa, and we're out here on Miller's Lake at Grosse Savanne Lodge. We're going to try to go catch some bass on some Cajun lures.
Been hearing about this lake for a long time, ready to sink my teeth into it and see what it's all about. So, looking forward to showing you a good show.
Catch them on a Cajun. Bayou bug right there. Look at that, the hook's deep in his throat. Bayou was eating it. He was mangé on that bayou bug, T. Le gros savant, gros poisson. Get on top of that. Go.
I just wanted to show you a little bit about what it was that we were using today to kind of dissect this place. And so the first thing we're going to talk about today is this spinnerbait. This is a Delta lure spinnerbait made right there in Laplace, and I've got it paired with a Swamp Swimmer by Cajun Lures. Basically, I was just kind of using this early in the morning, trying to locate some fish, so that we could maybe expand on that a little bit. So I threw it around a little bit, 20-pound fluorocarbon, pretty typical setup as far as, what we were doing with it. But that was what we started the morning with. Then we moved on to the real stuff. After the spinnerbait bite kind of died down, got into these lily pads, and I wanted to, check out this Delta lure swim jig. It's a great bait, got a great hook on it, it's got rattles. Again, I paired it with that same swamp swimmer just because I love the action of this bait. For years we've been using, kind of typical stuff. This thing has got a real wild action on the back of it. It's not your typical tail. It kind of wants to round itself. You can actually feel the vibration in the bait. If you haven't tried them, you need to check it out, whether you're throwing it just on a regular screw lock hook or you put it on a swim jig. It is absolutely a killer as far as what it's going to do, and it's a change up. If you like what you've been doing, obviously confidence is key. You got to stick with it. But if you're looking for something a little bit different, it's definitely worth checking out. Other thing we were doing today, we're flipping the edges of these little canals and whatnot with a little bayou bug. I got it paired up with a 5/16 pegged out. The fish weren't up real tight. They were kind of out a little bit, but we did catch 4 or 5 on this. As we were kind of wrapping up the day and the sun got high and things slowed down a little bit, we picked up 4 or 5 on it. Great bait. You need to check it out. It doesn't look like much in your hand, and I know that the style and the trends is for a lot of action on the back of these baits, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's not so good. One of the things I like about it is how simple it is when it falls. It's got a real subtle action as those pinches are falling through the water. They kind of roll a little bit. You really need to check this bait out. Don't sleep on this thing. This is a great lure, and it will put more fish in your boat. Now we're going to talk about why we were here to begin with. And it's the Cajun croaker. This frog, I know there's a lot of people that'll look at this thing and, oh man, those legs are too big. It's kind of what I did the first time I looked at it. But let me tell you, it's not. This thing is going to look more like what a real frog looks like. Whenever it's expanded in the water and those legs stretch out, it looks just like a real frog. And when you stop it, that's one of the things that this frog does different. We caught a couple of them today. I had them coming and you'd see the fish wake and I'd kill it. And when you kill this bait, these legs are going to suck in just like a real frog does. And then whenever you start to fish it again, those legs pull back out. Well, I had one come up, he rolled up on it, I killed it, the legs sucked up, he inhaled the entire bait, set the hook, put him in the boat. Do not be intimidated by the size of these legs. This thing is giving you a real accurate interpretation of what is really swimming out there. And they absolutely annihilate it. And I think they hit it harder because it does look so realistic. We saw probably 25 bass push up on this thing in the lily pads, and you could tell it was better fish. And just with the wind and the conditions that we had today, it was kind of hard to get those fish to rekey and boot up on this thing. So it is a great lure. It's going to be good in pads. It's going to be good in hydrilla. As the summer goes on and the grass really starts to get high and this bite picks up, this is absolutely something you want to get on your boat.
All right, guys, we had a decent day on the water today. It was a little tough for us starting out early in the morning. Not a whole lot of bites. We had a few. The fish weren't cooperating as good, but we got like a front coming in and everything like that. However, even with all the tough conditions at Grosse Savanne, the fish are still plentiful. I think we had about 20 to 25 fish. No giants, but a few 3-pounders mixed in there. Caught them on the Cajun lures, which is always a good day when that happens. It's a great place to fish. A lot of vegetation, a lot of forage for the bass to feed on. It's just a great lake that Grosse Savanne have designed all around. I can't say enough about it. It's just an awesome place to fish. You can flip, throw a swim jig, you throw a frog, spinnerbaits, any type of thing you want to fish, hardcover. It's all there. I want to thank Mr. Doug with Grosse Savanne for letting us come.
Absolutely.
And do our thing and come let us throw the Cajun lures around and show them how it's done.
Yeah, guys, and please look them up, follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Let them know that you saw it on Lagniappe TV. We want to continue to bring you these types of deals where we're going different places in the state and showing you what is out there for you to catch. But for your hardcore bass fishermen, take it from a guy that's been doing this 30 plus years. This is a unique place. It's 500 acres in total. That's just water, and it fishes humongous because of all the different dips and turns and cuts and reeds and lilies and milfoil and coontail and hydrilla. I mean, it is just absolutely stacked with everything you want to do. And we had a particular goal in mind today as far as what we were looking for and what we were wanting to showcase. So you know, what we did, maybe we would have done a little bit different if we were, you know, coming here, you know, just for a fun day of fishing. But it is well worth the price of admission. I highly recommend it. I've heard of this place, you know, 2 or 3 years now, and besides, you know, having kind of a funny name and a little difficult for, you know, a guy from Baton Rouge to say, it is you know, well worth the price of admission, and a place that I hope to revisit, you know, several more times. We want to thank you for, you know, paying attention. We want to thank you for watching. Hope to bring you some more later.
This is Lagniappe TV. I'm Zach Dubois. This is Lucas Ragusa, and catch him on a Cajun.